Hello YouTube. Today I have my new one wide tileable, twice upper speed, accessible Shulkerbox Loader. This was the previous one, and this is the new one. What has changed is basically this. So you can see that the double piston extender has now a composter there, and that's going to allow us to zero tick the composter into the Shulkerbox, making this thing now 100% reliable and slice preserving, because this thing there wasn't 100% slice preserving, and it wasn't 100% reliable. Apart from that, you should know that this thing here, you put your item filter there. You can add another filter there. This here you want to put 3 redstone dust, because if you just protects in case of how do you call that? In case of if you get an overflow, right? So don't put another comparator there. It shouldn't happen, but if it does, you're protected with this. Apart from that, you'll need an item there when you start using this thing. Can be anything. Just put a Shulkerbox there. It's important when you run this thing, because it's going to use the delay that the item goes here, 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 and then here to trigger this thing again, so you can power the double piston extender a second time, because you need to trigger it twice in order for it to go up and then down. Okay. Apart from that, just keep in mind that this Shulkerbox Loader, the main goal of it is basically to just have a cool looking design. So it's aesthetic first, and then everything else is just a bonus. So it's aesthetic, and then it's one wide, it's tileable, twice upper speed. Really, it's great, I think. There's only this part here that could be a small problem for you. I don't know. I don't think it's a real problem. So you can see that we're using this clock there to basically trigger this dropper there. So if I input some items, I'm just going to put a bunch of them there. Okay, just like that. You see that we're using this dropper there, and the adjacent dropper would fire as well. But I've done some testing down there, and it doesn't seem to be an issue. So I was running basically a command block like this across all of these Shulkerbox Loader, and I was just inputting some Shulkerboxes here, and that's basically the result. So all of the Shulkerboxes are full. If the system was to fail, it would just basically send some Shulkerboxes that are not full, but they're all full, so it doesn't seem to be an issue at all. Okay. So when I was done building this, I decided to just add a storage down there. So this is 1.7 million items per slice, and all of this is locked, except that you need to tile this thing, and I'm using redstone dust at the top there, so the redstone dust is not tileable, so I have to just alternate between having a redstone dust and not having redstone dust. So yeah, 1 hopper per 2 slice. That's unlocked. And yeah, when I was talking about locking hoppers, so basically these two theirs are locked. Can I have a redstone block? Okay, so these two theirs are locked by this redstone torch there. These two we're going to look at it later. This one is unlocked, I can't access it. Same for all of these. I don't see a way that I could fit a redstone block or a repeater or a comparator there. These two theirs could be locked, but it would make it much more bulky, and it's already getting pretty bulky, so I'm not gonna go for this. So yeah, these two theirs are locked like this, so you just have a global locking system, and as well as this one there. You can just lock this thing when you need to input items into your Shulkerbox loaders, and that's gonna do it. So I'm just going to act like if there was items going in. Just like so. And you'll see that the Shulkerbox is loading, and then it's going to go right there into the storage, and it's going to just unlock all of these layers just for like a second or so, and so that's going to let the items go down, so you don't need to add any fancy stuff. And if you want to call the items up, because I think it's better to just have them to be able to, you know, call them up there. I was lazy. I just put a node block there that you can activate like this, and your Shulkerboxes are going to come up here. But because we're using some redstone torches down, it means that they burn out when we do this. And so, you know, there's just a gap of like 10 seconds every now and then. So, yeah, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. I'm happy with that. So, yeah, that's just the layout that I did that I think it's pretty much all the items that I could think of that I would need to keep in bulk. Maybe I would add more. I don't know. Maybe just a few more slices. But I think that would be fine. And I'm running at, let's see, 6 MSPD. And I'm using lithium, so it's alright. So as always, I'm using this trick there. That's pretty much the only thing that lets me use an accessible Shulkerbox like this, because if I couldn't use this thing there, you know, take the output from here, and at this point it's going to unlock this clock. But if it goes past this, like if it keeps filling up, it's because the Shulkerbox is full, and it's going to get detected by this and send the signal and then do all of its stuff. So this is an important part, and this there was a very tricky part. So you can see that this dropper there isn't connected by anything, so it's basically just powered by quasi connectivity. So you can see that we have this dropper there, there, and a hopper there, and this one is the one that's going to fill up our Shulkerbox. So basically what happens is that we're triggering this one, and it's going to also trigger this one, because this one is hard powered, this one is soft powered, and this one can be quasi powered, except that we need to give it another update so it can trigger. So if I was to just remove this observer there and put some items in here, you'll see that the items would go in, but they couldn't trigger this dropper there. And so we absolutely need to have another observer there. And this dispenser there for the shulker boxes, also it just turns out that it can be triggered by the same observer by quasi-connectivity. And yeah, and to be honest, I did not intend to work like this. It was just an accident because I forgot that I would need to trigger the dispenser, and it just turned out magically that it was in the right spot to work like this. And so yeah, it's pretty much by accident that I figured out that I could make it work like this. Oh, and here you can see that we have a 2 game tick there, +2 +2, so that's 6 game tick delay, and then 2 +2 +2, so another 6 game tick delay. So we need to keep the delay the same everywhere, because if you have more delay there at this hopper, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't get updated at the right timing, and so this dropper wouldn't actually send the items into the shulker box. So that's important. Here I used leaves, which is a little bit odd, but it was the most straightforward way to send a signal downwards. I added this just this redstone, not this redstone, this red glass there, just to show that this piston will push a redstone block down there. So you know, I'm not going to lie and say that the layout is this size. It's one block bigger going down, because this piston extends. This 0 tick generator there, just going to actually show it. So I'm just going to fill up the shulker box. It's going to fill up here, and when it's done, it's going to activate it. So the compulsor is going to get 0 tick there, and so the shulker box is always going to go into the compulsor, and the compulsor is going to get pulled here on top of the hopper, and it's going to go down there, and then it's going to get pushed back on top of the double piston extender. And to 0 tick this, I used this 0 tick generator there. So like everything here is from Rapscallion's design on a box loader that's integrated into the ground. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it for this video. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.